Hey everybody, Mark Comfort here. For those of you that could not make our document party on January 26th, this is for you. This is to help you get prepared for our Antarctica expedition on Atlas Ocean Voyages. Now I have a question for you. What kind of penguins are those? You need to learn this. Well, don't worry about it. You'll learn it when you get to Antarctica if you don't know them ahead of time. These are the emperor penguins. So anyway, we've got your air and transfers all put together. Some of you did your own air, but when you get to Buenos Aires, you will go through customs, you'll go to the luggage area, you'll pick up your luggage, and you'll go into the entry hall. And the entry hall is where you will find your transfers and the transfers to the hotel in Buenos Aires. Almost everybody is going into Buenos Aires ahead of time. Some of you are going to Iguazu Falls from Buenos Aires and you'll come back to Buenos Aires. Those transfers will be taken care of for you. So look for the representative with Atlas Ocean Voyages. Now we've asked them to put cruise holidays on the Atlas Ocean Voyages sign that they meet you. When they meet you in the arrival hall is what it's called at the Buenos Aires airport. So just look for that. They will take you there, okay? There meaning the hotel. Okay, we laughed about this and we said this is some of our clients a few years back, and you will have a chance to learn. Those of you going in early especially, I would recommend going to a tango show. I mean, man, it's fascinating dance, and then learning the history of how it got started is even more special. That building right behind these two dancers is the government, the president's office, palace, and that's where Eva Perón and Juan Perón used to give their speeches. Kind of cool. I think they call that Freedom Square, and that's you can walk it from our hotel. But it's a few blocks, it's several blocks. You're going to love Buenos Aires if you've never been there before. I hope you all are doing one of the tours that will take you around. But if you do not if you've not signed up for the tours that Atlas is offering while you're in Buenos Aires, just ask the concierge and they can take you to a lot of the places. The Buenos Aires Alvear Palace is where we'll stay. I stayed there in November when I went and did this naming ceremony on the Atlas Ocean Voyages World Navigator. And you'll be very, very happy with not only the hotel itself, but also where it's located and how close things are to it. Okay, ask the concierge. They can tell you restaurants, they can tell you places to go. That Recoleta Cemetery where Eva Perón is buried is within walking distance of this hotel. Those of you going to Iguazu Falls, you have an unbelievable experience ahead of you. I'm a waterfall guy, and this is without a doubt, in my world, the best waterfalls you'll ever see anywhere in the world, and the biggest. Victoria Falls in southern Africa, southern half of Africa, they will argue which is bigger, but this is definitely much more impressive. And you will see it both from the Brazilian side, which is lower, and the Argentinian side, which is on the upper or higher side. I would advise you, go see if you can find the movie in the 80s, I believe it was, mid to late 80s, called The Mission. And Robert De Niro, that was his first leading actor's role. And it starts off, I won't tell you about it, but it starts off with some incredible scenes of Iguazu Falls. Okay. Now, I will tell you what I was so impressed with this ship. They call this an expedition style ship. What that means is it's built for places like Antarctica and the Arctic with the hulls and the GPS systems and the green propulsion, no anchors, things like that. It's spectacular. I think you'll be very pleased. It also means that it's 200 people or less. That's a big deal. In Antarctica, you can land on Antarctica twice a day if you're less than 200 people. This is a ship for 200 people, less 14 naturalists, so it's 186 maximum capacity. I do not think we will be, I don't know this yet, at maximum capacity. Our group is right at 60 people. We will have probably at least, I guess we'll have half of the ship. You'll be impressed. So there's a lot to see, a lot to experience. And I'll tell you, I'm going to read you something one of our clients sent to us. Clients, you'll see their pictures. A lot of these pictures are from these clients of ours, Alan and Donna Rado, who went to Antarctica on Atlas Ocean Voyages in December. And their words were, "There are not words that can describe the incredible beauty and scenery of Antarctica. Our expectations were so exceeded." Okay, and I've heard that from so many people. Now, here's one thing that I love what Atlas does. When we get into the, oh, by the way, the day we board the ship, those of us staying in Buenos Aires, almost everybody is, we will go back to the airport. Atlas will take us there, and they will use their charter to fly us to Ushuaia, which is in the southern point of Argentina. Beautiful, beautiful area. So the itinerary on the cruise, though, is 5 nights of what's called Captain's Choice. And Captain's Choice means they will go where the weather is the calmest and the wildlife is the greatest. You'll have to excuse me. I went to the Chiefs game last night. I'm a little bit hoarse, but wasn't that quite a game? At least if you're a Chiefs fan, it was. Okay, so 5 nights of Captain's Choice. Now you see the words Drake Passage. This is, I don't even think arguably, but arguably it's the roughest seas in the world, and it's because 2 oceans, currents from 2 oceans meet down there in the Drake's Passage, so it can be very rough. I would encourage you to go see your doctor. He might recommend, or she might recommend, a patch to you for motion sickness, or the acupressure wristbands. They work real well. Or garlic powder, ginger powder. Ginger powder works real good to settle the stomach. A lot of things to be aware of because it's a day and a half to Antarctica from Ushuaia and a day and a half back. So prepare yourself, okay? There's the ship. These are actual pictures taken by our clients. It is beautiful. The accommodations are great. The deck, outdoor decking, and those type of glaciers and wind blown sculptures will be very impressive. I think you'll see. The top right picture is the observatory dome and lounge up on the very top deck in the front of the ship. You'll spend a lot of time there. The dining room is just fabulous. Here is the expedition team. I took this picture myself. There is our team. There are experts in in Antarctica. There's experts in the ecosystem of Antarctica. There's experts in all sorts of different kinds of wildlife, such as penguins or whales, seals, sea lions, that sort of thing. Now, these are our zodiacs. I'm on the World Navigator, but we took a picture of the sister ship, the World Traveler, and everybody will get one of these green parkas once you get there. You've had a chance to order that by now. If they fit you correctly, great. If they don't, they can get you a size up or size down once you get there. Look at all this. See how those green parkas just stand out so well? And that's for your safety as well as anything. Here's pictures of paddle boarding. There's pictures of kayaking, the whales. As you see, you're in for one heck of an experience. Okay, this is our clients, Donna Rado, doing the polar plunge. I love, look at her face. She can already feel that 34-degree water. And this is there's all sorts of safety stuff done to be sure you are comfortable. You don't have to do the polar plunge if you don't want to. Okay, here again are the penguins, the whales, seals, sea lions, birds, everything. It's just, oh, I think you're going to be so impressed. You will get a daily itinerary just like this to tell you what's going on during the day. And then they will also have in their theater, they have a beautiful theater where they have entertainment, but they also do a briefing every day with what you're going to see the next day. And they will go over all of these things as to what's going to be going on. And by the way, not everybody gets off the ship at the same time. So see the where they say group 2 or group 1. That's real important for you to know because you'll be put into a specific group. And as you see, some will do, if you want to do paddleboarding or kayaking, whatever it might be, you might go out in the morning or you might go out in the afternoon. They will let you know there. Okay, dining. I was very, very pleased with the food on board as well as the service. Just be aware. Think of this more like a yacht style cruise ship or a river cruise if you've done that, with basically one dining room. They do have 24/7 room service. I use that every morning as a wake-up call for me to have breakfast brought there, and they were on time with a good hot breakfast every day, right on time. I was so pleased. So again, this is one of our clients' pictures of the options of food and wine. Remember, all of this is included. There are premium spirits, premium wines that you can pay extra for if you so desire, but it was really, really good. Now, what I do want you to know, and here's one of the lounges here. What I do want you to know, this ship and the owner of this ship, who built this ship, is Portuguese. So that's why the name of the restaurant is called Porto. But you'll have a lot of Portuguese wines, Spanish wines, some local Malbecs too from Argentina. But the food has a Portuguese flair, which is really good. Okay, here's one of the lounges. In the lounges, they had 2, maybe 3 really cool lounges that I think you'll like a lot. They do these afternoon sandwiches, snacks, things like that, and a high tea at 3 o'clock. There on the top left, I think his name was Wang. He was on our ship. He, as you see, he is one of the, he'll bring you something to be sure you don't get dehydrated, okay? And that's at one of the welcome cocktail parties. Okay, there's the Porto dining room right there. You see about the Portuguese heritage and all of this, but I think you'll be very, very pleased with both the food and the service. And they do have, because it's one restaurant throughout the whole ship, for the whole ship, they've got all sorts of stations where you can get pastas or carvings of different type of foods, soups, salads, all these things. So there's something for everybody here. If you're gluten intolerant, hopefully you've let us know, but be sure to let your waiter know that when you get there. This is a very, very popular place. A lot of people that don't either sleep in or don't want anything real heavy will go to Paula's Pantry and just have their cappuccino, or they've got all sorts of energy drinks, by the way, or they'll pick up a scone or a muffin, or in middays, they have all sorts of snacks and sandwiches, wraps and salads to choose from too. So again, and like I told you earlier, the in-room dining is there too. So you can get that. I'm pretty sure this is 24/7. I didn't order it at night because we always went to the restaurant. It was so good. There's the Dome Observation Lounge. And if you look at that, there's a 270-degree window views. Now, remember, they have, you're going to see some incredible scenery. So there are doors on both sides of the lounge that go directly out to the deck. So be sure to bring your jacket with you to put on with the gloves if and when whales or sea lions or whatever is there and you want to go out and look at it and take pictures, okay? They have a wonderful spa on board, 2 massage rooms, but I wanted you to see this. In the spa, not only do they have a fitness studio, which is a really good one, but they have that infrared sauna, which is the picture on the bottom right. And my gosh, I was just shocked that the sauna on the 4th floor has clear window views of the water, of the land, and they've given it prime real estate to put that sauna in. And the infrared sauna is at no charge. You can go to that anytime. Fitness, no charge. You can go to that anytime. The massages, you do have to pay for that, of course, and you have to set up an appointment. There is a jogging track up on top, on the top deck. There is a pool. There are hot tubs up on the sun deck. They do yoga sessions when the weather is right outdoors. When it's not, they do it indoors, usually in the observation lounge. Okay, let's talk about this. This is what most everybody has their biggest questions about. But so many of us have always heard that, you know, Antarctica could be 50, 60 degrees below zero. And down at the South Pole, it can be. But where we will be, it's their summer, and it'll be a little bit warmer than you think. But you have to prepare for the wind chill. You have to prepare for that wind blowing off the ice, blowing off the water. That can get very cool. And a good rule of thumb is think about you're going on a snow ski trip. And what can you do to keep yourself dry? What can you do to keep wind from penetrating? And what can you do to keep yourself warm? So the one thing I can tell you for sure is layers, 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 okay? They talk about the base layer, which is what you would call your thermal leggings or thermal long underwear. There is all sorts of fabulous new base layers that will be great for wicking of well, as it says, to control moisture, wicking of sweat. Thin socks and tops are best for comfort movements. I will tell you, I think the best base layer to get are the long underwear, both pants and tops that have the reflective materials on the inside. If you go to REI or Shields or Dick's Sporting Goods, they'll have that. They'll have that. Just ask for it. Now they're talking about socks and things like this. Fabrics such as merino wool or fleece, even synthetic blends like polyester acrylic work. But again, where you go, if you don't have it now, where you go to buy it, just ask them. Tell them you're going to Antarctica. They'll know. They'll know what to recommend to you. But it does not need to be bulky. It does not need to be heavy, because there's so many lightweight things right now, including jackets. And remember, you're going to get that big, gorgeous green parka at the end of the trip. Now, the mid layers, that's another thing. Thicker socks to go over the thinner socks that you have. The long john shirts, glove liners. I would say, just tell them you're going to go to Antarctica, and if they draw a blank, say I'm supposed to dress like I'm going snow skiing up at the Rocky Mountains or somewhere like that. Okay, outer layers. This is a big deal. You get that parka. But I'd also say during the day when you're not out ashore, wear a medium to, you don't have to have another heavyweight parka, but something lightweight, windbreaker. Waterproof pants is a big deal. I took my ski pants, my snow ski pants that were waterproof. That is a big deal because rain, ice, sleet, snow can come up anytime. You don't want to get wet. Okay, same way, and I'll go over all this in a minute, but you'll get these waterproof knee boots. They are called muck boots that you'll get to use. You don't take them home, but you'll get to use to get off the ship onto the Zodiacs, get off the Zodiacs, because you might actually have to step in water to get to land. Not deep water, of course, but water could be a foot, 2 foot with waves a little higher, so it'll go up to your knees. So that is real important. But a windbreaker, medium size, the reflective, I've got a beautiful reflective, lightweight Columbia. It's reflective, and it's got a hood, and it's perfect for almost all kinds of weather. Okay, then the top layers. This is really important. I want you to listen to this and read this. You do want to have as much bare skin covered as you possibly can in case the weather gets really bad, right? So you want to be prepared. So we recommend a scarf, a neck gaiter, something like that to keep your head warm, a knit wool cap. You've probably seen, if you've been watching like the Chiefs game Sunday night, where a lot of the players wore this cover up with a mask over the front that goes down almost as a lower into the shirt range. Those are really good. Great gloves, even maybe with glove liners or mittens. I'll tell you, here's a case, mittens could be your best friend. Okay, well, there we go. We just have it there. Keep your head warm with a knit wool cap. Jacket with a hood cover is a big deal. The parka's got a hood. For your hands, we suggest waterproof gloves or mittens, like I just said. Listen, the sun, don't forget about sun rating off of both water and the snow can be very easy to get burnt. So it is real important to pack sunscreen without oxybenzone. Got it? Without it. And they'll be very careful. They'll check you. If you've got sunscreen or lip balm with it in it, they'll take it from you and not let you use it, because that's bad for the environment down there, and they take that real serious, as you're going to find. Also, lip balm and polarized sunglasses are a big deal. Okay, here I am, all dressed up. You know, that Chief stocking cap with red always goes great with that color green. There's the picture of the middle picture on top. Look at that. Now, I was in room 542, so this was all my stuff there right behind me. And if you look, you go down in your parka and your muck boots and your life-saving device is there in your locker waiting for you. So, and when you get done, you'll hang it back up in your room number locker. This is what they call the mud room. Okay, there's a great picture of the muck boots. And as you see, they're very tall and waterproof, got a great tread on them so that they will work well on snow or in ice. And I would say to you, if you have a little bit of a balance issue at all, ask your expedition leaders for the trekking poles. That's a big deal. And they have 100 trekking poles on board each ship, the World Navigator that we're on or the World Traveler. And so that the first 50 people that ask for them will get 2 trekking poles. Okay, there I am with some of my friends and the expedition leader. Again, those gloves, big deal to have good gloves. I took this picture. Is this not just gorgeous, of one of the glaciers in the fjord areas that we went through in the Beagle Canal? There's another glacier in a different fjord, and you see all of us. Again, this was on the naming ceremony right in front of the hot tubs in the pool. Now, different than outside, what you prepare or what you wear outside, how about what do you wear while you're on board inside? So this ship is resort casual. This ship is an upscale luxury cruise line. but they don't expect you to be dressed up at all if you don't want to, especially in a destination like Antarctica. Okay, so they do recommend. We use the word lightweight only to be able to tell you you don't need to take the insulated wool pants or outfits to wear that are a little bit heavier. So you've got 50 pounds for the most part to be able to pack. So lightweight shirts and pants. Now this is important, the non-slip and the closed-toe shoes. I would not wear sandals or open-toed shoes down here because you're going to want to be going outside every now and then when there's something to see. So that just closed-toed shoes. Waterproof jacket or windbreaker is a big deal. I would say with a hood on it is really important. Keep it with you. Those lightweight reflective ones, they're so light. They're 2 pounds, 3 pounds. You can tie them around your waist, take them with you to wherever you are. Comfortable winter climate attire for evening dining on board. What that's saying is maybe like the sweater I've got on now. I think sweaters will be a big deal to a lot of people here to wear. Ladies, I don't, you can dress up if you'd like, but you don't have to. They didn't really frown on blue jeans, but they most certainly didn't recommend it either. So the good news is we've got a group on board and we control most of the ship. So I find you'll be with people you know. Don't worry about what you wear. Just make it nice and make it, again, like I say, sweaters I think are a big deal. Okay, here you see us. I've got the scarf on right there. My buddy Brad was just in his Chiefs. Actually, that's almost a lightweight, medium weight style. There I am sporting my Chiefs hat that goes so perfectly well with that color green parka. And all of the pictures, I did make some friends with the maitre d's of the dining rooms and the hotel managers and the cruise managers. So anyway, that takes care of most of this. If you have other questions that I have not addressed, please just let us know. Email Lynette Tolledge or your vacation counselor should get it to me. I can get you an answer back, or they can get you an answer back very timely. See my tennis shoes that I've got on down there? That or those, I call it hiking shoes, are real popular now. Again, non-slip shoes. So leather soles, I'd be careful about that, because remember, if it's raining or snowing, people track that in, so it could get slick outside and inside. Well, I'm going to switch gears now to tell you that one of the things I love doing is negotiating. And while I was on that cruise in November on the Atlas Ocean Voyagers World Navigator, and they had the World Traveler, they were both being inaugurated, named at the same, in 2 different days. But I negotiated some sweetheart deals. And I love this sort of thing because this is a new cruise line that is going to be a very expensive cruise line in the years to come. Right now, they're just getting known. Most people don't know them. So we are able to make some deals and negotiate some, I think, fabulous values that you might want to take advantage of while you can. And it's so funny, I couldn't come up with the wording for hitting the 2 poles, the Antarctica South Pole and the Arctic North Pole, but hitting the 2 far north, far south in 1 year. And one of our clients said, Bill Downham said, well, just call it bipolar. And I guess that's good. So the only thing better than going on this Antarctica trip in February during the summer months in the Southern Hemisphere is to go to the Arctic in the same year, but in the summer months, actually August of 2023. I was going to host it, but I've got an Israel trip that I'm going to be hosting in August. So our group coordinator for this group, many of you know Lynette Tolledge, Lynette, and we'll have one other agent from our office go with Lynette. And we have a 9-day, actually it's a 11-day all total trip. Starts out, you fly, you get your air to Oslo, Norway, we'll help you with that. Stay in Oslo a day or two early if you want to, you can do that. I love Norway. And then we fly, we take their charter, Atlas's charter from Oslo to Svalbard, Norway. Have you ever heard of Svalbard? I bet not. But I can tell you this, I know all about it. And it's August 30th through September 10th. Oops, I'll go back just to tell you. We go to 3 different places. Norway will be there for basically 3 nights, 4 days, depending on how many days you stay in Oslo, 4 nights or 5 nights. In Greenland, we're 3 full days there. In Iceland, we're in 3 full days there, and we end in Reykjavik. And you're able to stay longer in Reykjavik, Iceland, if you so desire. Okay. I negotiated the sweetheart of a deal, which was second guest goes free. So this is a spectacular value based on what accommodations you have. You can save anywhere from $11,000 to $18,000 by taking advantage of this year. My guess is next August, doubt if there will be this second guest goes free deal like I was able to negotiate this year. So if you're interested, just ask your advisor or get a hold of Lynette or myself, and we'll get you a flyer out that goes over more details. And it's also on the World Traveler, which is the newest of the Atlas Ocean Voyages ship. Okay, the other one I introduced, or I negotiated a deal on, I love this one. This will be in May 21st to May 29th, 8 nights and 9 days to the French and Italian Riviera, the Atlas World Navigator. Well, this is really cool. It's round trip out of Nice. This ship and cruise line called Expeditions, they're known for Antarctica and Arctic. They're not known for where they go in between during the seasons that they're in between the Antarctica and the Arctic. And this is one of the things they're doing. They're going over to the Med, and they're going to have these fabulous excursions. Well, guess what? Listen to this. So they had a 50% off. Atlas was offering 50% off anybody that would book this cruise. They ended up giving me to offer to you 50% off, and the second guest goes free. So literally 2 people can go on this 8-night, 9-day luxury cruise for, say, anywhere from $6,000 to $9,000 for 2 people. 2 people, okay? Not with air, but with most everything else. And it just happens to be when the Grand Prix is going on in Monte Carlo. So we go to spectacular places like Livorno, Livorno, Italy for Pisa and Florence. We go to Nice. We go to Monte Carlo. We go to Cinque Terre, which is in Italy, and a couple other places that the yacht style ships can go to that the big ships can't go to. So you're going to be going to places where a lot of the yachts go to. Okay. And by the way, in Monte Carlo doesn't allow ships to be docked or even anchored out in their harbor during the Grand Prix. So we're 9 miles away from Monte Carlo in a place where all the yachts go called Menton. And Atlas will have a shuttle that will go back and forth for the 2 days that we're there. So you can watch, hear, or, well, you're going to hear it anyway. You might not want to watch the Grand Prix, but you're going to hear it, okay, because you know they're loud. But I think this is exciting. And I got to tell you, you'll be paying probably 80% less than the people that came over to watch the Grand Prix or going to Monte Carlo or paying to stay in hotels that week. And that's a great weather time of the year too. Okay. Now, as I like to say, the only thing in life that is constant is that there's always change. And we have had a little bit of, I call it good luck. You could say bad luck, whatever you like. My wife, Mimi, has been diagnosed with 4 blockages in her heart arteries. and is going in February 6th for bypass surgery, and will obviously not be able to make this Antarctica trip, which means I will not be able to make this trip. So what we've done is we've got one of our agents that you will love to death. These two, Lauren Verrill is one of our, we call our salespeople vacation counselors, but Lauren is a world traveler. She's a fabulously independent, problem-solving people person, and she just does a great job. She's always wanted to go to Antarctica, and her husband Mike, who is world-class photographer, videographer, everything. It's just, you will like them a lot. So you will have a host from us here. I would most certainly tell you you'll be in good hands with these two. If there's anything you need, they know how to get it taken care of or worked on, okay? Or who to go to get it worked on. Now, what I will say, this is my lovely wife, Mimi. This is our two grandkids. As I like to say, our favorite grandson and favorite granddaughter, Chavi Cruz Martinez and Ariela Marie Martinez. I just took Cruz last night to the Chiefs game where we beat the Bengals. So Cruz says he's our good luck charm. He told me I should take him to the Super Bowl too. Maybe someday, buddy, just not this one. Okay. I wanted to say thank you, everybody. You got a great adventure ahead of you, a great adventure ahead of you. And if you have questions, please let us know. We'll be happy to get them answered for you. And I would have to say you're going to have a trip of a lifetime. I think I've told you for 34 years that Mimi and I have been in this business. We've had so many of our clients that have been to Antarctica that have said it was absolutely the trip that most exceeded their expectations in almost every way. So you're going to do it right. I am, man, I mean, this really hurts that I'm going to miss it because I was so excited. It's the only continent I've not been to, but under the circumstances, I just praise God that we caught this with Mimi before it became a problem, and that she'll be much, much better by the time you guys get there and get back. Please send pictures, videos, put them on Facebook, especially if you can like us on our Cruise Holidays Kansas City Facebook or Instagram. I'll be watching them, and Mimi will too. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to leave you with just some last minute pictures as I go back through. You've got a great, 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 memorable, unique vacation ahead of you. So we will send this out to everybody. You know, anybody that wants to go on your trip or anytime, do have them call us. We really live on your repeat business and your referral business, and we appreciate that so much. Gosh darn, I'm getting hungry just looking at this food. Oh my gosh, doesn't that look good? Woo! Okay, everybody, thanks so much. And let's go Chiefs. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.